I don't know how to feel about it.
Go police?
I was wondering if they'd go CC just to like match the Phobias in lane. It's not gonna contribute AoE against the Netherrealm, but EXP lane priority seems to be what they're looking for.
Yeah.
Ulfhednar or Dianfengyaoguai.
Dfyg going to be on the blue side. ULF on the red side. It's all or nothing in this very last game here. A best of one to prove who will move on to that wild card finals to qualify for a chance at the Swiss stage. Now, early rotations already being made here towards the gold side of the map. It's really important here. We saw Sunshine get blasted the last time in the Natan versus Bruno. Hopefully, it doesn't happen again.
Purify forced out in the first minute by a very early PCU rotation. There is a reason his Cho has a 100% win rate so far.
More so the way that they rotated, because you can see that even for Ulfhednar, they saw the Cho initially, it disappeared off of the map and they thought maybe he was going to rotate on backwards. So a good fake coming in from PCU to get a sneaky little gang to get the initial advantage in a lane.
And he is consistently scouting out Apex as well. Will provide information that TNC is nearing the top side. This allows Zed to try and go for Alien, but Alien will jump away, so he'll settle for the crab.
So gotta be real careful here, right? Any lane advantage could mean doom.
PCU and U1 actually very far out in lane right now. Gonna take a good amount of poke, but the same can be said for Rosa actually. This mid lane duel has been surprisingly close.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's a game of mechanics here.
Zed goes in, goes for a fracture. Ulfhednar decides, okay, we can't engage here anymore, but goes for a cheeky snipe.
Zed didn't get the initial cancel there. First turtle is going to spawn up pretty quickly here, but with the information of the missing high loss, they're going to burst this down.
Alien gets pulled back. PCU doesn't have kick since he's only level 3, but will do the damage needed to zone him off of the turtle and make sure that Zed gets it very easily.
Yep. I mean, this is what you want to do as Nolan, right? You want to outpace the Suyo in this game. Alpha has a more rigid style of, oh, I steal away camps, I use my base damage to make sure that I stay on top of you. Nolan, I'm just way quicker in the economic game and clear speed.
But I do like that TNC is going for the vertical invade right now. Seeing that Dianfengyaoguai, we did a very big rotation up towards the top side, has gone ahead and stolen orange buff and one more camp away from Zed, so that's gonna really mess with his timing.
Yeah, they didn't spot him out as well. I mean, Pishu, he did it. Wait, hold on.
KLBJ in trouble. Blade Surge did connect. Curtain Call comes out. Can he survive long enough? Zed is here. He actually does so much damage to Alien. KLBJ flickers forward, and the Netherrealm connects. He's gonna survive and trade for both Alien and TNC.
What a save! KLBJ does what he does best, and now this swings the game instantly to Dianfengyaoguai. At this point, they need something back, and they're looking towards long. They're gonna dive.
You gotta get some vengeance here. Purify comes out, Glorious Pathway, and Zaman Force use. Long trying his best, but this is 1v3. PCU a bit too late, so Ulfhednar finds a little bit in return.
But they don't get a turret. They got a kill, but not a turret, which is where we're seeing this 1.1k lead coming in from Dfyg. Now, what is going to be the next move? They're going to lane swap at this point of time, and they need to hold out on this wave for as long as possible.
Aliens on the wrong side of the lane again, gets pulled in by E1. Zed goes in, Curtain Call locks them down, but they're still close enough to get the fracture. Another one going to Dianfengyaoguai.
They got to keep wrapping this up. These are very small moments, these small skirmishes that Dianfengyaoguai are getting really, really good at, because Ulfhednar, they want their structure back.
And I really like that PCU stayed in lane to hold the wave for long as well, to make sure he didn't fall behind in EXP. These are very small interactions that is keeping the net worth in favor of the Chinese team. Ulfhednar, though, not too far behind. Now gonna start working on the turtle. Dfyg going in, Glorious Pathway slows him down. KLBJ instantly goes in. So much damage with the infernal pursuit of 3 members. Alien is already down. Netherrealm comes out. Turtle secured by Zed. And KLBJ crushes Apex beneath his wheel. Make that another. Sunshine is gone. Double kill for KLBJ. A beautiful ball. And U1 secures another one. 4 members down from Ulfhednar.
God damn, these guys are not letting anybody go. Flickers being expended to guarantee these kills, and the initial pull from the Shadow Stampede.
They are making the impossible happen here, Gideon. 3.5k goal lead in 5 minutes against one of the strongest teams in the M6 wildcards. A 7-kill score to 1.
I wasn't expecting this type of outcome here. I made predictions already that Ulfhednar was supposed to move on to that very next stage, but Dianfengyaoguai are making one hell of a statement here today if they can just keep up this momentum.
Honestly, this should have been the finals. I feel like it's a disservice that they're in the same group, but sometimes that's just how fate goes. Ulfhednar can still come back from this. Their late game scaling is not bad at all, but they gotta stop the bleeding. In the mid lane, TNC gets pulled back. Look at Zed's damage already.
It's starting to ramp up really quick. At this point, even for Alien, he's pretty much out of the game, right? He's 2 levels down on KLVJ, who's 3-0-3. It's basically impossible to 1v1 him.
He wasn't able to jump over the wall. I don't think he needed to use NetherRealm, but that's a win for Ulfhednar.
Yeah, it's a pretty big win for them. They're not going to have it just yet. They should, technically they should have it by the next upcoming turtle if they just drag it out a little bit more. But I think for Dianfengyaoguai, it doesn't matter. The turtle doesn't matter. They want structures.
And speaking of, Long getting so much tower gold this game, actually. Is Bruno gonna be terrifying soon? KLVJ, 1v3, actually taking a lot of damage there, down to 60%.
All right, let's quickly have a look. What is their current items? Rosa hasn't completed his first item just yet in comparison to Yuan, who's already got that glowing wand, and it's coming into great use, denying these shields and also reducing that health. Oh,
KLVJ finds Apex curtain call on him and Yuan. Zed comes in from the flank, nearly takes out Alien, but the NetherRealm stolen away by Rosa keeps him alive for now. PCU has to flicker away to safety as well to keep himself alive, but the turtle was reset. Ulfhednar not able to maintain control of it for now. Long getting sniped down to 40%, able to heal up from the jungle creep, but not too much yet. Sunshine gets pulled back, Purify used, PCU gonna be baited out in time, and the NetherRealm a bit too late to save him. Ulfhednar evening things up.
Good response here. Again, this is a war of attrition. Ulfhednar understand that this turtle, they want to threaten it. They want Dfyg to walk up further and look for these big pokes. Now they're changing their approach to the game because so far, I'm pretty sure Lung hasn't completed, he hasn't completed his Berserker's Fury and has not completed the Prolific Gun as well.
Yeah, I think this is a very smart choice by Ulfhednar. They know that Dfyg has a really strong burst potential. So if they're able to prolong the fight against them and consistently poke them out with their superior range, it makes it more difficult for Dfyg to try and contest them for neutral objectives.
Not sure about in terms of what TNC is maxing out right now. It looks like he's still maxing out to the Soul Sever.
Glorious Pathway, Zed, purple buff gonna be stolen away by TNC, so Ulfhednar starting to fight back against their opponent.
Yeah, I mean, they found the timing initially, but the next item, Power Spike from Dfyg, is going to be coming up real soon, and I think they're going to have to play around that as Alien finally finishes the War Axe 8 minutes into the game.
Very late timing, but better late than never at this point. This CC needs to be a presence on the battlefield. We notice as well, he's not actually using Vengeance. That is Purify on the CC, so a bit harder for him to hold the front line.
I think it's a better option, right? Because there is a lot of opportunities for them to get punished.
Ooh, the NetherRealm barely saves Rosa from Zed, but look at how much burst damage he has. Way of the Dragon kicks TNC away. Alien walking a bit too far forward, and the Ghost Bursters will finally finish him off. Here comes Long from the flank. TNC punishes Zed for standing just too far in front without NetherRealm. So the Nolan finally gets punished. Glorious Pathway catching out multiple here, but Apex too low, gets pulled over the wall by the Shadow Stampede, while KLVJ continues distracting, actually flickers away, and look at the double kill!
I don't know how Hylos was able to walk away like he did. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. He had so little life. He had such little life. He should have burned all the way down. And when he finally did, I think that the damage is more than enough. Ulfhednar is in a much better position despite having these 50-50 trades. At least it is going to 3-2s, right? The kills are coming through for TNZ. We are seeing that Alien is able to zone just a little bit, but the next item Power Spikes are just about to connect.
Lord down to 20%. PCU cannot really stop Alien from getting close, but they still secure it. And the way of the dragon onto Rosa. Kill VJ with the mega kill.
PCU, he's making sure that he's holding his own. Previously wasn't able to get to the way of the dragon in time, but with that flicker is able to guarantee the hit. Remember, Rosa does not have the Purify in this game. We'll have to purely rely on your instincts to not get caught.
Oh, careful there, Tianzi. Dashed in, but found 3 members of Dianfengyaoguai. Is able to back off in time. Now there's a 4v4 in the mid lane. Meanwhile, Long shoving up top with the Lord pushing bottom.
Pretty crazy how fast this game is going, right? Both sides accelerating at an uncanny pace here. But now, with Long, he's got 3 items. He's got the extra range. How are they going to have to play this now?
PCU just dashing menacingly in front of Ulfhednar. They're able to keep their top tier 2 alive, but it's taken a lot of damage. And Zed even taking out the mid wave on his way out to allow them to contest the mid tier 1.
It's already difficult to contest for neutral objectives, but to siege in this fashion, it's you're going to get poked out. Like, Long doesn't mind.
And look at Zed. He doesn't even mind using cooldowns on Apex because he is making a statement. He is taking HP. Everything being treated as a resource by Dfyg. A knock-up, PCU actually dropping quite low, but able to dash away, and the Lord will be cleared up by Ulfhednar. They'll survive to fight another day.
Survive for now. But man, so much damage already laid out. 5.6k for Dfyg at this point of time. Max levels about to be achieved as well. I gotta quickly look at Ulfhednar. How far away from their next couple of items? We don't see the Holy Crystal actually come through just yet for Harith, but very, very close to completion. Even when we're coming down to third items. Oh, why don't you go for Queen's Wings from Tianzi instead of doubling down on the burst? He wants to survive.
I think it's not a bad idea. If they can somehow outplay Dfyg by baiting them with his low HP, then it can create opportunities to flip fights around. The gold lead still 5k though in favor of Dianfengyaoguai. We are 12 minutes into the game, and it's hard for Ulfhednar to really make a statement on the map.
I mean, Ulfhednar, only 2 of them have anti-heal at this point of time. A third one is coming on the way from Alien, and once he has it, at least he can start threatening Lung in the backline. But yeah, as you mentioned before, he doesn't have the vengeance, and now they initiate.
Now Glorious Pathway straight away. NetherRealm forced out by Dianfengyaoguai very early on, and the disengage is great. Ulfhednar cannot continue.
They do trade 2 ults for 2 ults. At the very least, for Nolan, that fracture comes back up really, really quick. Not as quick as the Glorious Pathway as well as the Curtain Call. At this point of time, initially in the beginning, it was a game of mechanics, and now you have to outsmart your opponent.
What do you think Ulfhednar needs to do here to regain their control of the mid-game?
I think making Dfyg collide and like really stick together is totally fine, but they need to open up this map, right? Zed is the main problem.
Here comes Glorious Pathway again. KillVJ gets a 4-man knockup, able to spam Infernal Pursuit, but Tianzi gets the shutdown in time. NetherRealm also keeping Ulfhednar topped up, but Dianfengyaoguai not showing away. The shot pulls them into the Lord knockup! The NetherRealm being used, and Dianfengyaoguai flips the fight around in a single second!
No way. No way. We need a replay of that. That was actually insane. How did he know that the Lord was already ready to go for the knockup? Pulls them in the perfect direction on top of a flicker.
He forces Purify out from Sunshine, but ends up dying for it. A shutdown for the Harith. Sunshine needs any farm he can get right now.
It literally doesn't matter for E1 because his passive triggers and he's already back to the fight.
Tianzi is nearby. Long takes some damage, but you can see that Tianzi cannot continue. Alien a bit too late from the flank. Way of the Dragon onto Tianzi. Can he able to get away? Iframes just in time, and Summon Force used by Sunshine so they can dash back to his base.
Oh, Ulfhednar not making it easy for Dfyg to close out this game. They're going to have to put their hearts and souls here because now their biggest issue is when that Lord is crashing, their high ground defense ain't that great.
Look at the wave sync from Dianfengyaoguai. They are making sure to try and connect it, though I think the Lord may be a bit slow to attach with this mid lane. Top lane already pushing in since there is no minion wave there. So they're gonna try and true prong it. Alien almost bursted, but able to jump away from the fracture.
Yep, and Lung's gotta be a little careful here. He's gotta make sure that he stays on the very outer ring. Make sure that he's able to get some kind of structural damage here. So Ulfhednar doing a very good job and making sure that as these waves start colliding, it is staggered.
But despite everything, Dfyg able to connect the Lord with the mid wave anyway, and the bot inhibitor is gone. Zed not able to burst down TNC. Good iframes from the Suyo. Mid inhibitor being targeted by Long, but the minion wave has been cleared up. KillVJ in trouble. NetherRealm comes out to save him, but he's inside the glorious pathway, so he gets shut down by Rosa. And Ulfhednar will be able to clear up the Lord and defend their lives in the wild card.
Way too deep there, and at least for Sunshine, he has come to a point where he's got that Holy Crystal, and now he's got the damage to deal with the waves with the help of TNC and as well as Rosa. As long as they are moving up together to clear the waves and then pulling backwards, they've got very good odds, assuming that the Dfyg don't really want to go for tower dives.
Ulfhednar wants to try and use the timing that KillVJ is gone to maybe get something on the map, but because the minion waves are so shoved up, they're unfortunately not able to achieve much other than regain a little bit of map presence.
Oh, but that just means...
Oh, that's scary. Tenzi almost dies there. I'm not too sure if they intended to give Rosa the orange buff, but looks like they're depending on their damage right now.
Better than giving it over to Dfyg, right? I think at this point, 13-6, I wouldn't have expected the game to have lasted as long as it did, but Ulfhednar are... Oh,
Way of the Dragon onto Apex. Not the target you usually look for. NetherRealm comes out from Rosa. Apex gonna lose all his extra HP. Gets pulled back. Infernal Pursuit gonna be following BCM.
Oh!
Flicker Secunda, 3-man knockup. NetherRealm follows up. Dianfengyaoguai looking for the finisher. They're looking for the final nail in the coffin. Yi1 even follows Rosa to make sure he is taken out. Sunshine gets a double kill, but they have lost 3. And Yi1 will respawn so quickly.
Oh, my God. What a chase down there. Ulfhednar thinking that maybe we can get something back here. Unfortunately, ends up giving 3-4-2 in favor of the Dfyg. And at this point, all Long wants to do is crack open this inhibitor.
Another 10 seconds before the high-lows comes back up, and there is a minion wave mid. But Dianfengyaoguai not gonna try and force it. They go for the Lord.
The Lord is open, and it's totally understandable because Harrington as well as Suyo will be able to clear these waves pretty effectively unless they're Lord-empowered minions. At this point, they're gonna rush it.
PNC not going to be able to get close enough. PCU is there to stop him. Yi1 does get stunned though, has to use NetherRealm on himself, and will pay the price. Killing spree for TNC.
He tried the zone, and he ends up costing him his life. You may be 5k ahead, but we're already in the end game. Look at the recovery for Ulfhednar.
Ulfhednar want to turn this around now. They know Yi1 is down for another 25 seconds. This is the best opportunity to get towers wherever they can, and the minions already do some good damage. Dianfengyaoguai taking some structural hits where they wouldn't have expected to.
Alright, without the Netherrealm, Dfyg can't commit to a full fight just yet, but at the same time, it just means that Rosa doesn't have a Netherrealm to work with, so they got to make sure that they're stuck together, but not too close just yet.
The game actually still pretty even. We are approaching the 18-minute mark, which means that the 4.5k lead the Dianfengyaoguai have actually don't mean all that much. Even a DHS now being purchased by Long to finish off his build. The structural advantage is not going to matter as long as Ulfhednar can balance this game.
Just balancing on a very tight rope here of mechanics. One single mistake.
Retry used on Alien, Purify as well, but he gets kicked back. Mega kill for Long. Who Glorious Pathway doesn't even stop Dianfengyaoguai. What's happening there? He just walks in, ends up feeding himself to Sunshine, but they get the tower anyway.
They're not going to make a call here. I'm looking back at them, seeing what exactly happened. Marshall standing ready at the call. Finally, the pause comes on through.